We are back. We are back with another episode of Parents Out the Mud. I am just going to get us started real fast just to hang out for a little bit until people come into the room. But today I'm excited to share about grants and loans. And just a little bit about my background is I am the executive director for Young Investors Group. We teach financial technology to young people that are in disadvantaged and underserved communities. And so I've had my fair share of my learning curve with both applying for grants on the nonprofit space and my experience as a mortgage underwriter when it comes to any type of lending when you are trying to ask people to borrow money. And so, with that experience, it actually helped me understand the process of asking for money or asking for other people's money. It's so funny because being that I am in mortgage underwriting, I initially did not see the connection between writing grants and my experience with mortgage underwriting. And for those of you that don't know what mortgage underwriting is the person that is in the background that's assessing all of the risk that when you get ready to purchase your first home, we take a lot of data, information about you and your financial situation, and we uh, identify whether or not you are a good person to lend money to assess like your risk, to assess is this a good, are you a good person, are you a good borrower? And so the funny thing is later on I realized that it's the same thing when you apply for grants. Is your organization, if you are on the nonprofit side, able to make the impact, and do you are you able to utilize these funds not to depend on it, but more so to help you achieve the goal and the mission that you have submitted in your grant application? And so, grants and loans are kind of one and the same. They're for different reasons, and sometimes they look at different things, but ultimately, when it comes to grants, when it comes to loans, it's pretty much the same principle. So today, I am offering myself for a question and answer session, a Q&A for anybody that want to ask me questions. Because the bottom line is that, listen, everybody wants money, but and everybody, there's so much information out there saying, oh, you can get grants, you get grants for your business. If you're a black woman, you can get grants for your business. But they don't tell you all of it. They don't tell you the whole process. They say, hey, you can get investors for your business. Or if you have a nonprofit, oh, now you got your 501c3. Oh yeah, all the money is about to come. No, that is not right. People talk a lot about um, getting money, but nobody talks as much it about how to actually get it. And if you've been applying for grants, you've been getting denied, or you don't know where really to start. If you are looking to get a loan, and even on a personal side, even if you are interested in getting a personal loan or automobile loan or a mortgage loan, the principles are pretty much the same, because banks aren't just handing out money. Donors aren't just handing out money. There are certain environments that happens in, but it's very few and far in between. And so we can look at grants versus loans, what's available. We can talk about why some businesses never get funded, and what it looks like to fix it, and also the best way to position your business for real money. But this ain't just me talking. This is a live Q&A. I'm answering your real questions about funding, but only if you're inside the channels of YouTube and LinkedIn. I'll be able to answer those questions. So if you want to learn more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Parents Out the Mud. and join the live Q&A. So let's hop to it. Drop funded in the chat if you're serious about learning how to qualify for loans or grants, and also drop your questions in the YouTube comment sections, and I'll answer them. So just really, while we're waiting on you to, let me see if I can pull that up. Make sure I got my comments ready. All right. All right. Wonderful. So while I'm waiting on you all to, drop your questions, I want to talk about a few things. So people think that grants are free money. Sometimes even people think that loans are free money and that you don't have to pay them back. And sometimes that is the case, depending on the situation. Don't think that that's going to be the case anytime soon, considering the new administration. But with any type of money, it's not free. You're dedicating your time, information. That information is wrong. Anytime you get someone's money, especially a certain amount, it comes with some type of conditions. Now, on the nonprofit side, there are sometimes like Walmart and other places that like just give you money, like 5,000, 1,500, $2,000, with no conditions. But at a certain point, there's a certain point that you can't go to. There's a certain point that doesn't allow you to get a certain amount of money. Like no one's going to hand you $50,000 without conditions, right? And in loans, when it comes to loans, you have to have a plan in place, that banks, or else banks, they aren't just giving you money just because you ask. Like a lot of people go, I've been banking with this bank for over 30 years and I asked them for a loan and they won't give it me a loan. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. I mean, there's a grant, and a lot of misconceptions, a lot of myths, or common myths, are that grants are for everything. Absolutely not. There are specific grants for specific industries. There's specific grants for specific causes if you're a nonprofit. And so we have to understand that with anytime someone's going to give you their hard-earned money, whether it's a company or whatever, there comes conditions and there comes at least something that the donor or the lender, they're asking for. I have a couple of more myths that I want to bust those bubbles. When I work with young people, they say factor cap, right? So factor cap, right? Is it factor cap? Like cap, factor cap. Startups get easy funding. You think that's true or false? Drop a comment if you look at this, if you are watching this on replay, on whether or not you think that startups, like there's money out there, there's easy money out there for startups to get easy funding. You're absolutely right. That is cap. Okay. That is false. Banks and investors want proof that you can make money. If you're a startup, a lot of people are like, well, why? I'm starting my business. Are there any grants out there? Are there any loans? And can I get a loan? Probably not, because if you loan money, you need proof that you can pay it back. So if a lot of people don't want to use their own personal like credit, and if you want to use the business credit, you got to show some type of income. Just like if a person want to purchase a house or buy a car, you got to show that you have paycheck stuff, like that you have money coming in, that if you borrow this money, you can pay it back. So for startups, getting easy funding, that's not possible unless that person likes you and you have a relationship with them, and they're just going to loan you the money because they believe in you as a person. But rarely do banks and or investors and or donors that give a large amount of donations, will just give startup nonprofits, startup um, businesses, um, just money for a startup. And they want proof. They need a record to show that you can bring in money. And so in the my workshop, Out of the Mud into Profit, we're going to talk a little bit about that, what that looks like, and how to position your business to be able to prove that money is coming in. The next thing is the next myth is I just need an LLC and I can get money. Yeah, you can get money when you sell something, when you sell a service or a product, but not from grants or loans, because at the end of the day, like I was saying a few moments ago, they want to see revenue, they want to see structure, they want to see a real plan, they want to see that you have a system in place. And so for those of you um that are watching this on replay, or you're watching this now, what's one funding myth that you believed before? Drop it in the comment. What's one funding myth? What's one myth that you have can't come across when it comes to loans or grants that you believed before? So I want to talk about something else. I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to talk about some of the mistakes that businesses make. There's three huge mistakes that certain businesses and or nonprofits make. You're not that make you not fundable. And one of those things is no revenue. So having absolutely no revenue, having no structure, and having no proof is something that makes you not fundable. All right. Mistake number three is you're looking for free money instead of strategic money. And what that looks like when it comes to strategic money, and we'll dive deeper into that. But looking for free money instead of strategic money, meaning that, all right, I produce I produce this product or service, and this is sorry, y'all. I thought I put my phone. Oh, this always happens. I put on do not disturb. All right. Strategic money. And the third mistake is you apply for grants, loans, and things blindly. You have no strategy, you have no relationships, you haven't done any research, you haven't done any of that. You just hit apply. Now there's nothing wrong with that. I know I did it. I just applied, baby. I just was like, we're gonna apply, and then over time I had to learn. And so you shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel. You should just allow me to go through that for you, or allow me to share my experience of what I went through. And the one of the solutions to not being fundable is build a revenue model before applying for funding. We're going to talk about that in the workshop. Another solution to not being fundable is get your paperwork in order. Okay, get your paperwork in order. Your business plan, your financials, your bank account stuff. Talk to a bookkeeper. Be able to track what you spend. Be able to understand your forecast for your business. Learn how to sell your business to investors and grantors to see the value. Your first investors and grantors are your family members, right? If you can sell to your doubting family members that don't believe you can do what you know how to do, you can sell to anybody. Now, don't take it to heart and use that as a way to be discouraged, but ultimately, your people that's close to you, sell it to them first. Now, okay, disclaimer. Now, sometimes when you tell your family member stuff, okay, they will discourage you and be like, "Oh yeah, that's a bad idea," blah 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 blah. All right. So sometimes you can do that and it not benefit you. But I have a question for those of you that are watching. Um, what is something that you feel like that holds you back from being able to get funded? Or what idea do you have in your head that caused you to have challenges with the idea of applying for a business loan or getting a grant if you want to start a nonprofit? Um, so let's see if we got some questions. No, not yet, but we will. Drop your funding question into YouTube right now, and let's get you some answers for my question and answer. But in between time, let's talk about the best way to position your business for real funding. So whether it's your business, and again, my larger experience is with on the nonprofit side, right? And so if I had to start over today, here's exactly what I would do to get funding in the next 6 months. Here is a step by step game plan for building a fundable organization or a fundable business, and why coaching and mentorship is one of the ways to access money, because people fund people, right? People fund people. And so, definitely, if you are serious about funding, I definitely encourage you to register for the Out of the Mud and Inner Profit workshop. Now, that workshop is on February the 20th, and I'm going to be walking you through how to make sure your businesses are in position to be fundable and profitable. So, if you want to learn more about how to get connected to that, that's going to be in my workshop, Out of the Mud and Into Profit. You can register at parentsoutthemud.com coaching programs. And I'm going to put that at the bottom here so y'all can see. See if I can get that to you. Let's see if I can. Perfect. I have it scrolling at the bottom. There you go. All right. So go to parentsoutthemud.com/coaching programs and register, because spots are honestly limited. So if you're tired of waiting, if you're tired of not knowing where to start, go ahead and get inside now. Let's talk about one more thing. Well, a couple of more things. While I have you here, while I have me here, uh, double your impact. So a lot of people know me for my work on the nonprofit side, and when you invest in yourself by joining this workshop, you're not just taking your business to the next level, but you are directly supporting the Young Investors Group, which is a charity, and they have a investor leadership academy. I think it goes ILA. It's ILA. Uh, but Young Investors Group's Investor Leadership Academy. And a few of the things that your so the benefit of you registering for Out of the Mud into Profit workshop, you actually will be some of the money that you invest in yourself will go toward funding young entrepreneurs. So a portion of your investment goes toward mentoring, and training, business training for young leaders that are through the Young Investors Group program. The other way that your investment is our partnership with Young Investors Group, is helping young people learn early about wealth building and investing in leadership. And so that's super important, because there's a saying that I heard in one of the groups is spend your dollar twice. Spend your dollar twice. And when you register for the Out of the Mud into Profit workshop, you're spending your dollar twice, because not only will it help to elevate your business, but the money that you invest in yourself also invest in young people in underserved communities, providing scholarships for them. The other thing is creating more business owners, because I know a lot of, like me, if I would have known the things that I know now back then, you're able to provide that for young people in the community. By supporting the Investor Leadership Academy, you'll be helping young adults transition from just dreaming about success to actually running their own businesses, right? Actually being able to have access to career opportunities, or exposure to career opportunities. A lot of young people are on video games and on social media and doing a lot of other things that are unproductive. When you invest in your business through the Out of the Mud and Into Profit workshop, you actually are just doing more than investing in your own legacy. You're investing in the community in which your legacy has to live and grow and play. So think about it. The same principles that you're learning to grow your business are the same principles that we're teaching young entrepreneurs to build their future. So by signing up, you're investing in your legacy and theirs. So if it don't just focus on what it's going to do for you. You actually have the opportunity to invest in your community, grow your business, and create a generational impact. So this is more than just a workshop. This is actually a movement. So join the Out of the Mud and Into Profit workshop today and be a part of something that's much, much bigger than you just investing in your business and growing your business. You're doing double the impact for yourself and your community. Doesn't that feel good? Isn't that amazing? So, like I said, you see at the bottom, that's where you can register, parentsoutthemud.com, coach /coaching programs. So here is your homework. Y'all ready for your homework? Yes, class. You got some homework. You got some homework, class. Okay? You got homework. Homework is number one, subscribe to to the YouTube channel, which I'm gonna drop that link right now. YouTube channel is Parents Out YouTube / at Parents Out the Mud. All right. So that's homework number one. Subscribe to the channel. Number two, rewatch this live if you missed anything. If you missed anything, I know a lot of us, we multitask and sometimes we hear good information and we miss it. So make sure you rewatch this live if you missed anything. And number three, sign up for the Out of the Mud and Into Profit workshop if you want real results. Okay? Sign up. There is the link right there. Parentsoutthemud.com coaching program / coaching programs. Funding is possible. Okay. But only if you position yourself in the right way. Only if you stop guessing and start learning how to get the money, how to get qualified um, for the things that you need. I want y'all to do me a favor. Drop funded in the comments. Drop funded in the comments right now if you're leaving this live with a game plan. I am super excited about this great opportunity to be a part of the Out of the Mud and into Profit community. We have lots and lots of opportunities. So if you have any more questions, don't forget to drop your question in the comment. I'll come back to this live and answer any questions that you have. In the meantime, make sure you tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be real juicy. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely amazing. We are going to talk about, y'all ready? Drum roll. We are going to talk about, you built your business, but will your child carry the legacy? As a mother of 6, I've had that experience and still is having that experience with building a business and wanting my offsprings, wanting my legacy to take ownership of it and be able to benefit off of the labor and the time and the energy of what I built. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's actually probably going to be an extremely touchy subject for most parentpreneurs, parent entrepreneurs, Parents Out the Mud. So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 2:00. We are going to talk about go into a deep dive of how we can improve the chances of our children, our legacies, being able to take advantage of all of the hard work that we are putting forth to build these businesses, to build these legacies, and make sure that they are able to manage it. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share this information, Parents Out the Mud, and we will see you on tomorrow at 2:00. Bye.